Set 10 just got fully revealed, so today I'm going to go over every trait in Set 10 with some spicy gameplay footage. Without further ado, let's go. 8-bit is Set 10's take on the flat attack damage trait like Gunner from Set 9. The twist is that whenever you put in 2 or more 8-bits, it starts tracking your team's total damage dealt every fight. Every time you beat a high score benchmark, your 8-bit units gain a bigger multiplier of attack damage, stacking up to 20 times, meaning you have 20 high scores to beat. The unit breakpoints are at 2, 4, and 6, with each having a higher multiplier for each high score. At 6 8-bits, you get a grand prize on the 20th high score, and I'm excited to find out what that is. Your 8-bit units are 1 cost Corki, 2 cost Garen, 3 cost Riven, and 4 cost Caitlyn. Country is the summon trait, very similar to Set 4 Cultists with Galio. Hecarim rides onto the board once your team loses 30% of their health each fight. Each star level for Country units buffs Hecarim, just like Void in the last set. Breakpoints are at 3, 5, and 7, with each level slightly upgrading what Hecarim does. Your Country units are 1 cost Tahm Kench, 2 cost Katarina, 3 costs Samira and Urgot, and 4 cost Thresh. Disco lets you place disco balls on your board, and every unit placed next to the ball both heals and gains stacking attack speed every 3 seconds, lending more into that stall into hypercarry playstyle. Note that unlike Jade, the ball will instead disappear at the start of the round. Breakpoints are 3, 4, 5, and 6, with you getting 2 balls to place at 5 disco. Your disco units are 1 cost Nami and Taric, 2 cost Gragas, and 4 costs Blitzcrank and Twisted Fate. EDM. This is a wild one. You can select one of your EDM units, and every few seconds, all of your EDM units will transform into the selected unit and cast their ability. For example, if you sample Lux, every few seconds, everyone is going to turn into Lux and be firing their laser. The frequency of transformation is different depending on which champion you select. Breakpoints are 2, 3, 4, and 5, buffing up how many stats are transformed and how often the transformations happen. The units are 2 cost Jax, 3 cost Lux, and 4 costs Zac and Zed. Emo champions' abilities cost less mana to cast, and they each gain mana whenever an ally dies. Simple stuff with breakpoints at 2, 4, and 6. Your emos are 1 cost Annie, 3 costs Amumu and Vex, and 4 cost Poppy. Heartsteel is the cash out trait for this set with a twist. Instead of waiting for you to win, it instead automatically cashes out every 4-player combats. You gain hearts for killing an enemy, and you gain even more for losing a round. The amount of hearts gained also scales with how many Heartsteels you have on your board and the stage of the game. We'll get a table of loot drops later this week. Breakpoints are 3, 5, 7, and 9, with 1 cost Cassante, 2 cost Aphelios, 3 costs Set and Yone, 4 cost Ezreal, and 5 cost Kate. Hyperpops grant mana and 4 seconds attack speed to their 2 closest allies whenever they cast an ability. Breakpoints at 1, 2, and 4, and your Hyperpops are 3 cost Lulu and 5 cost Ziggs. Jazz buffs your team for each non-unique trait you have active. It's basically Stand United from the older sets. You want to have as many traits as possible, but note that it says non-unique, which includes Heimerdinger's Technogenus from last set, or these traits from set 10. Breakpoints are 2, 3, and 4, with 2 cost Bard, 3 cost Misfortune, and 5 cost Lucian. KDA spawns spotlights on your board, and placing units in spotlighted hexes gives them bonus health, AP, and AD, with KDA champions gaining double the bonus. The spotlighted hexes change every game, but you're guaranteed to have some in both the frontline and backline. Breakpoints are 3, 5, 7, and 10, with 1 costs Evelynn and Lilia, 2 costs Kaisa and Seraphine, 3 costs Nico, and 4 costs Ari and Akali. Pentakill units take reduced damage and deal bonus damage. Every time an enemy unit dies, your strongest Pentakill unit rocks out and increases their damage bonus by 25%. After 5 unit kills, all Pentakill units rock out and the team gains 50% attack speed. Breakpoints are 3, 5, 7, and 10, with 1 cost Olaf, 2 costs Gnar and Kayle, 3 cost Mordekaiser, 4 cost Karthus and Viego, and 5 cost Yorick. Punk is a reroll trait. Whenever you reroll, your punks gain bonus health and AD, scaling by 1% every time you rerolled, stacking up throughout the entire game. Additionally, when you play Punk in a combat, the next round of your first reroll will cost 1 instead of 2, and grants 3% of that bonus instead. Your breakpoints are 2, 4, and 6, with 1 cost Jinx and Vi, and 2 cost Pantheon and Twitch. True damage units will deal bonus true damage, and gain an extra effect on their ability if they have an item equipped. The breakpoints are 2, 4, 6, and 9, with 1 cost Kennen and Yasuo, 2 cost Senna, 3 cost Echo, 4-cost Akali, and 5-cost Kiana. Notice how Akali is listed under both true damage and KDA. Her breakout trait makes her either KDA or true damage based on whichever has more units on your board. Alright, that was all the origins, let's move on to the classes. Big shots gain attack damage which quadruples for 3 seconds when they cast their ability, which does buff the whole spell cast. Breakpoints are 2, 4, and 6 with 1-cost Corki, 2-cost Kaisa, 3-cost Misfortune, 4-cost Ezreal, and 5-cost Jhin. Bruisers are back, giving your team health, with Bruisers getting bonus max health. Breakpoints are at 2, 4, and 6 with 1-cost Olaf and Tahm Kench, 2-cost Gragas, 3-cost Set, 4-cost Zac, and 5-cost Alawi. Crowd divers gain bonus damage every second they're alive. After they die, they jump onto the furthest enemy and explode, dealing damage and stunning for 1.5 seconds. Breakpoints are 2, 4, and 6 with 1-cost Evelynn, 2-cost Katarina, 3-cost Yone, 4-cost Zed, and 5-cost Kiana. Dazzler's abilities both reduce their target's damage by 15% and deal a bonus percent of the ability's damage over 2 seconds. Their breakpoints are 2, 4, and 6 with 1-cost Nami, 2-cost Bard, 3-cost Lux, 4-cost Twisted Fates, and 5-cost Ziggs. Edgelords gain attack speed, doubling when their target drops below half health. Also, if the Edgelord is in melee range, they'll dash to the enemy on their next attack. Breakpoints are 3, 5, and 7 with increasing attack speed. Your Edgelords are 1-cost Yasuo, 2-cost Kayle, 3-cost Riven and Yone, 4-cost Viego, and 5-cost Kayn. Executioners have built-in ability crit and gain crit damage. They also gain crit chance based on their target's missing health. Your breakpoints are 2, 4, and 6 with 2-cost Twitch, 3-cost Chimera and Vex, and 4-cost Akali and Karthus. Guardians are back from set 7. The first time each Guardian drops below half health, they shield themselves and their closest ally for 8% of their max health. Breakpoints are 2, 4, and 6 with 1-costs Kennen and Taric, 2-cost Pantheon, 3-costs Amumu and Nico, 4-cost Thresh, and 5-cost Yorick. Moshers gain both attack speed and Omnivamp, increasing based on their missing health. Breakpoints are 2, 4, and 6 with 1-cost Vi, 2-cost Gnar and Jax, 3-cost Set and Urgot, 4-cost Poppy, and 5-cost Yorick. Rapidfires give your team attack speed, with Rapidfires gaining more each attack, up to 10 stacks. Breakpoints are 2, 4, and 6 with 1-cost Jinx, 2-cost Aphelios and Senna, 4-cost Caitlyn, and 5-cost Lucian. Sentinels give your team flat armor and MR, where the Sentinel units gain double that bonus. Breakpoints are 2, 4, 6, and 8 with 1-costs Cassante and Lilia, 2-cost Garen, 3-cost Echo and Mord, and 4-cost Blitzcrank. Spellweavers give your team flat AP, with Spellweavers themselves gaining more. Additionally, whenever a Spellweaver casts, all Spellweavers gain more AP, similar to Hearts in set 8. Breakpoints are 3, 5, 7, and 10, with 1-cost Annie, 2-cost Gragas and Seraphine, 3-cost Echo and Lulu, 4-cost Ahri, and 5-cost Sona. Finally, Superfans buff up your headliner, similar to Demacia. At 3-piece, your headliner will gain a specific completed item. At 4, they'll get bonus health and Omnivamp, and at 5, that bonus item turns into a Radiant. Your Superfans are 1-cost Kennen and Lilia, 2-cost Gnar, and 3-cost Nico. That wraps it up for the trait reveal for set 10. If you want to know more about set 10, drop a sub, as we'll be covering it all throughout the PvP cycle this week. Thanks so much for watching, and see y'all next time.